boom's coming. Let's do it. Right? Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Come on now. You are Q. We are all Q. It's the information, folks. It's the information. Where we go one, we go all, everybody. Fight, 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 and fight. We will fight. We do every day.
Let's go. Let's go. Charging forward. Boom, boom, boom.
Thank you, Mr. President. Hey, everybody. So we got a great show lined up for you today. Let me bring in first my partner in justice, Mr. Shady Groove. Shady, welcome to the Matrixxx Grooove Hour show, more than 1 hour show. Uh-oh. Shady? How about Carly? Carly, you here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right.
There it goes.
So we got... There he is. Okay, Shady, welcome to the show. Come on in and say hi to everybody.
I need to introduce myself today to say that I'm late, and we have a very special day today here on the Matrixxx Grooove Hour. For all of you out there, thanks so much for coming over and joining us. And I'm going to take over the microphone for a second.
What?
I'm taking over. So,
oh boy.
today,
Here it comes. Here it comes.
wait, let me see. I think I have something written down. Where is it? Okay, there's something. I had an announcement. Oh yeah.
Groove is verklempt.
He's verklempt.
I would like to humbly wish you a very happy birthday at intheMatrixxx, Jeff. Thank you so much for everything that you do for all of us, for all the time and the hours and the information that you've helped so many people spread and understand has been paramount in our movement. It has not gone unnoticed. We have been through relentless amounts of attacks and hearsay and slander together. It's been an amazing ride. I would like to say happy birthday to you. I know that you're not even 40 yet, but even though you're still a young buck, I would like to humbly, from all of us, wish you a very happy birthday, sir.
Oh my
Happy.
God. Shady, thank you so much. It means a lot. This has been an incredible time. And just so you know, there's going to be another wave of attacks coming. It's already starting. But we're here. We are here together to go forward. We already know the Democrat playbook. But Shady, it's been an honor to be here with you. I couldn't do it without you. Because we work so hard together. I think the way that we groove with one another is amazing, and it's only getting better every day. Look at these beautiful Patriots, guys. Oh my God. Thank you, guys.
So are you really not going to tell them how old you are?
52.
There you go.
I was born February 12th, 1968. Graduated in 1986. Yep.
Happy birthday, baby Matrixxx.
Oh, thank you, Anne.
Aw.
You know why she says baby Matrixxx?
Don't even go there.
Because she's younger than I am.
Hey, Matrixxx,
Did
the
you-
best is yet to come.
Oh, beautiful,
Oh, yeah.
JT. Thank
That's
you
right,
so
baby.
much.
Matrixxx, did you get the video I sent you for your birthday last night? It was Jesse Waters, and he said that we have an army.
Oh my God, really?
And I thought that was perfect for your birthday, and I sent it to you last night. It might have gotten lost and everything because I sent it like 2:00 in the morning.
On
because
Twitter?
I don't sleep. Yeah.
Okay, and that's my bad because I wasn't able to really go through. Oh my gosh, look at all the birthday wishes on Twitter too. Thank you guys so much. Look at you guys on YouTube. Just know that I love you so very much, and we're in it to win. And the journey that we've all been on together has been just phenomenal. This plan is coming together, folks. And I just am so amazed. And by the way, we might have a very special guest here today in about 10 minutes. So if somebody just jumps on, You will find out. I'm looking for your tweet right now. Also, it's Abraham Lincoln's birthday, and I was born in the land of Lincoln. I was born in Rockford, Illinois, and then moved and lived in most of my life in St. Charles, Geneva area. And this is what Abraham Lincoln, and I believe this is why our president is always mentioning Abraham Lincoln. We, the people, are the rightful masters of both Congress and the courts. Not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who would pervert the Constitution. Abraham Lincoln.
Woo!
Amen.
That's right.
That's perfect.
Can't say it enough.
No.
Cannot say it enough.
Carly, I can't see it. Maybe.
And he was the a rogue person, much like you had with JFK and with Reagan and with Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Some they couldn't control.
Yep, and as you know, Kennedy was a bloodline, and so was Lincoln. Via the Springs, possibly. So these are people that were possibly a part of the bloodlines, but realized that there was a problem. United States of Q says, "For all you and Shady have done for the movement, for the countless hours of amazing shows, for all the great mods in chat." That's you guys, mods. I love my mods, and oh my God, we're all friends. We're family here. Thank you most sincerely. You have my full support. It's an honor to be here. Love you, United States of Q. I love you too, brother. Trump Card says, "Happy birthday, Jeff, in the Matrix." Thank you. Where we go, one we go all. I'm just trying to see. I can't. My gosh, look at the beautiful wishes. Where we go, one we go all. WPPP, more than words in the Matrix. Vincent Peretti, thank you. Happy birthday to you. Thank you so much, Vincent. We love you, Linda Hostler. Honest content, fight, fight, fight. It's right. Tina Hoskins, happy birthday to you. Matrix for you. Thank you so much. Greg Campbell, much love to you, my brother. Happy birthday, Matrix. Pam, happy birthday, Matrix. Wow. Whoa. Sandy, woo. Thank you. Somebody must take over for a second.
You want me to take over?
Yeah, just take over for a second. I'm just getting teared up looking at all this.
Matrix got to take a moment.
Gonna cry.
I know. Well,
In the cry tricks. In the cry
oh my
tricks.
God! Right?
Yesterday was in the snort tricks. Today it's in the cry tricks.
Hey, at least you're not in the Matrix.
I'm not in the
Yeah,
Matrix.
exactly.
Hey, but you know what? Carly and I can be the Muse Tricks.
Uh-oh. In the Muse Tricks is Valerie Stipe. Happy birthday. We appreciate it. Shady might get jealous.
In this great awakening, men cry.
It is true. When you're in touch with reality and yourself and God and just,
God.
Yeah. QD, we
Dude,
love you.
We love you. And when the love shines through and you feel it.
You can
Nothing
feel it.
but
I think that's why
tears,
everybody's
baby.
here, Shady and JT. Christabel says happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha. Christabel, thank you. Honest content. Love you. There's Kiwi out there. Kiwi mods. Poussin. So let's, you guys are the mods. You guys are mods here on this channel as well. But we've got so many great mods. We got Christian Supreme, LK Dark to Light, WWWP1, WPPPPPP. We've got Cutter, Jackie, Canella, JT Wild, Carly Bonet, Kiwi Patriot, Liberty, if she's out there lurking. I hope you're listening. Liberty, much love to you. Pusantrix, much love to you. QD, QD, we're praying for you every day. Queued Up is like brother from another mother. He's been an amazing asset to the Q Army with the gematria stuff. Rocketrix needs prayers as well. She's attending a family funeral. She's amazing. That's Rocket Girl. And then Shady Groove, and then Pseudonym. Like family, guys. We've been through an awful lot together.
Well, we definitely have been through a lot together, and for everyone out there that's with us today, I want you to know that what we do here is not just the two of us. It is a very tight-knit network of people who are some of the greatest diggers I've ever seen, and their experience early on with us was before we started doing YouTube or any stuff like that. We were in the trenches with them, locked in arms and going after this information. Q is now almost to 4,000 posts, guys, and I can't think of a more subtle but realistic way to bond a nation than for us to get this many people on the same page. And so every person that's picked up a computer or an iPad or a Twitter account or watched videos or come to this movement or even criticized the movement, all of the people in the mainstream media, thank you very much for bringing attention to the truth and allowing us to be here for you to send people to us to see so they can ask their own questions. And that's fine if they want to twist it and turn it backwards, because we know that no news is bad news. The reality is getting eyeballs on this movement is what we were dang determined to do, Matrixxx. And I think that we set out on an unblazed trail. And
Absolutely.
I don't think anyone has ever walked these steps before. We're not walking in the steps of men who have done it before, and this has been an incredible journey. And your contribution has really lifted up the spirits of all the people here today. JT, Carly, Ann, and all the folks out there in the YouTube chat. You know, you have to realize that it is our power together, and we want to we want to all feel what America really is for a change. And that's what's going on. And that's what we are, is that unity. And what you're feeling inside right now, every day is a special day for us because of this president. And, you know, we're just all humbled to be here and be actually winning a fight for our country.
Right.
We are beating them. They can't do anything to us. They can't censor us. They can't hurt us. We are beating them, and together they can't stop us.
Yeah, and thank you very much. I cry for Trump rallies. Happy birthday, Jeff. Thanks, Jeff. KW attacks have been relentless on Q and community. Some spiritual channels as well. Absolutely. I forgot Pickles. Pickles is one of our newest mods, and she is doing amazing. I just want to tell you thank you. DJT20Q 2Q, thank you very much. And I believe our guest just arrived. Who just joined us here?
Is Joe Flynn?
Well, look at that. Joe Flynn.
Oh my God!
My brother. How are you, Joe?
Say hello to Joe Flynn, everybody. We have seen some amazing things happen in regards to the FISA judges and prosecutors. Everybody needs to pray for General Flynn and his family. Joe, thank you very much for coming in today.
Hey, it's great to be here. Hey, Carly, I just want to let you know the tweet you sent out this morning with the guys faking the helicopter stuff went viral amongst the Flynn family. We were cracking up. Thank you.
I saw Jack. He said, "Now this is funny." I saw his tweet and I was like, "Oh no!" I love you guys so much.
He sent it to all of us this morning, and we were just commenting. I was hilarious.
I love you guys.
Yeah,
fantastic.
They get me.
Isn't she awesome? I mean, you know,
my God.
Carly is blowing up.
I mean, I don't think I'd have any humor in this whole disaster without reading Carly's stuff.
That's right.
Amen, brother.
That's right. Joe, I don't have you on the camera right now because I didn't set it up that way. It's just so you know.
No worries.
But you look great today, sir.
Hey.
I love the American flag behind you. I mean,
This is my
I
home
love
office.
that flag.
This is my home office. Yeah, guys, I'm relatively new here to Southwest Florida, and loving life.
Yeah. By the way, I'm heading over there soon, Joe. We need to get together. I'd definitely love to hang out with you and just
I'll be around more after the end of this month. I'll be
good.
Here way more than I mean, still sort of back and forth to California, but that's coming to an end here shortly.
Yay.
Sure thing.
Hey, Joe, I just booked a show in Sarasota too, sometime in March or April. So
I'm down. I still gotta get up, so we'll come up for the night.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Have you on with us, Joe. I really want to say thank you so much for everything that you and your family have gone through, and just amazing spirit and heart and drive I've witnessed, and all of us can't thank you enough for being a very, very stable ship in the general's life, because I know things have been tough, and I hope you're adjusting to Florida okay out there.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, listen, we've had our moments of both despair and a sense of victory. We go up and down like roller coasters. Yeah. We're very, I think we're kind of, we put our stuff right out there on our sleeves, as you've seen.
Well, you're a beautiful family, and this is real to you, right? I mean, we have been reading the Q posts, and I've been kind of keeping you up to date on the Q posts. But this is very real to the Flynn family. Q is Q, and we all are trusting the plan. But you got to remember, this is happening to this family.
Yeah, it's happened to our family. There's no doubt about it. Happened to others. I mean, I'm in touch with Roger pretty regularly too, and it's happening to him and his family as well.
Yes. Now let's look at this prosecutorial misconduct tweet that our president sent out today. Did you see that?
I did. Somebody sent that to me. I saw it.
You're welcome.
You know, we'll see what that all means. That all means.
And let's see what it means, because what I see here is obviously the Roger Stone. Did you see there was 4 people? It looks like the DOJ Barr went in there and cleaned some house.
Well, it looks to me like they kind of tried to pull a fast one on him and his new I think district attorney in Washington, a guy named Shea that replaced Jesse Liu.
They were making a move, Shea and Barr.
I think they were trying to put the attorney general in a bad light by kind of creating this situation where they're throwing out this egregious sentencing on Roger, and to put the attorney general up against the wall. And it sounds like, from what I'm reading, and again, it's all secondhand, that they misled the attorney general or the senior people at the DOJ about what they were going to do. And then when the attorney general and his team reacted to it, they feigned resignation, and it was kind of a ploy. It seemed like that to me, though. I mean, that's what it seemed to me on the surface. I don't believe that these people just resigned out of protest. I think that's a bunch of nonsense.
That's right. I think it was.
Well, they want Barr to look bad.
Yeah.
They want Barr to look bad because now everyone's saying that Barr should recuse himself or Barr should be taken out, and this is all for the media now. This is throwing red meat.
Exactly, and it's just like it's just like Comey did with the president when the president said, "Hey, come on, go easy on General Flynn." He didn't say you must go easy on General Flynn or else. He suggested it to his FBI director. He didn't give him a directive, which then Comey turned around and created a memo, which created a special counsel, which was again a coup attempt. And so this is the same kind of nonsense that just continues time and time again. And it looks like the president is finally sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, Joe.
Sounds like the biggest clown up in history to me.
Well,
Joe-
it does. Yep.
Joe, this is Ann. Does it feel to you though like President Trump really sort of sat out there and let this whole thing go down, the Mueller investigation, the fake impeachment sham, all this stuff to sort of be like that lamb tied to a stake where the wolves are circling in so he can reel him into his artillery zone, and now he's just blasting them at all? I mean, he's coming out swinging. Now that he's clear, he's blasting all because they're all right there surrounding him, thinking that they're going to get away with this.
I don't know if I believe that. I believe the president. First of all, he's very slick and wily, and he knows how to negotiate. He knows how to play this game. At the same time, I think he truly, when he got elected back in 2016, I think he truly wanted to embrace all elements of the political spectrum, but then he quickly realized that they weren't going to stop going after him, and I think he made some mistakes in some of the people he's appointed over time. I don't think that was. I don't think some of those appointments were intentional. I think those appointments were truly mistakes. And more importantly, what I'd like to see is some of the people that advised him on hiring some of these people should also be taken. Taken to task because they led the president. He's only one man. He's the president of the United States. He's got to be surrounded by good advice. And I think some of these people that were giving him advice over the last couple of years have to go.
The president he's even saying, I never talked to him, like with Vindman. I never talked to him. My people will handle it. It's in the military's hands now. I mean, he's got other cabinets and people that are supposed to do this job.
Exactly.
He's one person.
Vindman is a junior person on the National Security Council. He's essentially a translator. He speaks, obviously him and his brother both spoke fluent Russian and Ukrainian. So that's a job that the guy had. He's a lieutenant colonel. For you guys that know the military, that's an 05. That's a fairly junior officer. That's not a senior officer, okay? And so the president is several levels above that, and he relies on a large cabinet of people to do his work for him, to execute on his policy agenda. And I think that he's had a lot of resistance, and I always say this: it's both on the left, but he's got a lot of resistance and a lot of problems still in his own party. I'm sorry, I'm not letting those people off the hook by any stretch of the imagination. I think there's a lot wrong with the Republican Party still.
I agree. We are. So this is not, in my opinion, about Republican and Democrat. It's about real patriots, and we know that we've got neocons. I mean, that's why a lot of people were Republicans, because obviously the Bush family and everything, they were neocons. They were warmongers, and we want out of that too. And what I see our president doing, is basically going back to the way the Constitution should be eventually, which is we the people, you, me, all of us are the keystone, and the government is only dealing with deals overseas, right? And that's exactly what our president is doing. And then the border and intercontinental trade as well. And that's exactly what our president is doing.
Well, listen, at the end of the day, the largest branch of the government is the executive branch, okay?
Yeah.
And that bureaucracy has bloated over the course, really since the Second World War. Those people in the executive branch, whether they like it or not, whether they want to agree with it or not, report to the commander in chief, and his policy, and he who was duly elected. He sets
the policy, right?
He sets the policy. If they don't like it, they need to submit their resignations, and many of them have. General Mattis submitted his resignation, and others. Fair enough. Thank you very much for your service. Adios. I'm going to get somebody in here who, and that's why I appreciated General Mattis the way he resigned, is because he didn't agree with the president. And as a soldier, he moved on. Whether we agree or not, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the president sets the policy. And that's the same with ambassadors, with ambassador appointments, with appointments into the NSC. These people have absolutely no right to be as insubordinate as they're being.
Correct.
You
serve at the power, you serve at the pleasure of the president.
Pleasure of the president, whether you like it or not. And the only way you change that is in an election.
That's right.
That's it.
Boom.
You don't change it through a coup or some ridiculous impeachment sham, that over nothing spend all kinds of money. And it's backfiring on the Democrats. It's absolutely backfiring on
It really is. And
now he knows. I'm
Go
sorry.
Yeah.
He knows who Anonymous is. This is the one that put out the op-ed and wrote the book. And the smirk on his face yesterday, I was like, "Oh my God!"
Let me play that for you real quick.
Listen, he knows a lot more. The president knows a lot more than we can ever imagine. He knows. I mean, he's definitely. Well, he's obviously read in, and he's 3 or 4 steps ahead of everybody, and that's by the nature of the fact that he's the president. So of course he's going to have the information that most people don't have, and he's getting information on the folks that were trying to do things.
Yeah.
Essentially illegally
Hey,
to him. So,
Joe, let me play that real quick. This was a Q drop yesterday as well. Here we go.
Yeah.
I don't want to say, but you'd be surprised.
Interesting, right? So, we were all like, oh my God. So the thing he didn't say, though, was Q Anonymous, right? Because we're waiting for somebody to ask the president the actual question about Q Anonymous. He answered that absolutely brilliantly, because if he said no, guess what they would have done? President Trump debunks QAnon.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of reporters that talk to me that want to talk to you guys. So funny.
Yeah,
they're like, well, we know that you talk.
That's great.
We know that you talk to people who are involved in Q, and Q's a conspiracy, and they're all crazy and whatnot.
Oh yeah,
and
completely nuts, Joe.
I say we've got friends and Patriots all over the spectrum that are our friends, and we love our friends. And so you want to talk to them, go talk to them. They're great people.
Yeah, and we love you, Joe. And so people have some questions out here in the audience. We've got about
I unfortunately I got a conference call. I have a real job.
One question real quick then.
Yes.
How is General Flynn holding up?
He's doing fine. He's doing good. Like I said, we have our good days and bad days. General Flynn wants this behind him more than he wants anything right now, so that he can come back with his voice stronger than ever. And I will tell people, be ready for that. It's going to happen one way or the other.
I can't wait.
Amen.
Once this is all behind us, I can tell you one thing. Michael Flynn is not going to be silent for long.
No.
Right on.
And we're here
Right
for him.
on.
We are his digital soldiers. And Joe, thank you for coming on. It is my birthday today, so you coming
Oh,
on.
happy birthday.
Thank you, sir. It's
All right, you
amazing.
guys. God love you. Thank you so much, okay?
Love you, Joe. Take it easy, brother.
Tell Mike we said hello,
Joe.
please. Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Well, that
Good
was.
plan.
That was so freaking cool.
You like that, guys? So, I've actually, I'm in communications with Joe. I'm trying to help him with the Q posts, right? And when Q posts, I try to get it to him about General Flynn. And I try to keep him up to date on that because, also just know that, this is reality to the Flynns, guys.
Yeah.
Q schmew.
They're living a nightmare.
They are living a nightmare, really, and they're wonderful family. They know he knows where the bodies are buried. His brother was a Democrat, guys, underneath number one intel under the Democrat Party. They want him silenced. They want him shut up, and he's not going to be silenced.
No,
I can't wait. Oh, it's all gonna burn down. It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
It's burning down. It is beautiful. You're starting to see that little smoke pile come up, and they're trying to fan it out, but it's not. You can't. This is going to be a.
You can't put it out. Can't put it
Cannot
out.
put it
now.
out. This is going to be an epic barn burning house fire in D.C. I'm
Yeah,
wondering if I hope some more stuff really drops for CPAC, because CPAC could be really interesting when the president comes to speak, assuming he comes again. It's election year. Pretty sure he'll come and talk.
Yeah, and Mitt Romney can't go there because it's not safe. He's a security risk. So there will become a day where they cannot walk down the streets. It's happening, guys.
It's happening. It's happening.
Sky Blue says, "Happy birthday, you wonderful, intelligent man. We love you for everything you have brought to us." Oh my gosh, thank you very much. Jay-Z Knight also, thank you very much. Much love to you. I love each and Pamela Roberts, happy birthday. You are the news now. Dexter, how you doing? Fanning the fire will only grow more. Absolutely, Dexter. Also, you guys want to go over some Q posts? We had this yesterday. Did this happen during our show? No, this happened before. This happened after. So this is we played it a little bit. I actually kind of cleaned up the audio here. So let's listen to this. This is what Q dropped.
Do you know who Anonymous is? I don't want to say, but you'd be surprised.
Boom. So that's amazing. So that's a Q post. That was Pamela AZ Shop Girl. Congratulations. And that's Q post 3855. I love that.
I have a question. When I did my scope last night, I was like, I had just seen that post. And I was like, oh my God, it's Q. But then as I did my scope, I realized, wow, this is what's great about interacting with everybody. I realized they were talking about the op-ed guy.
Yep, that's
Right.
in this post. That's in my thread here. So President Trump is actually cleaning house. Anonymous was the author who penned New York Times resistance op-ed, identified and will be fired this week, Carly. And that's according to Joe DeGenova.
DeGenova.
Yep.
Joe DeGenova.
Yep. So that's that. But we were jumping up and down. But it's also, guys, it doesn't mean that it wasn't. And this is what I want to do. This is Brilliant Anon's. Here's what this Brilliant Anon says. And this logic is so sound. And our president is such a master. So here it is. Q dropped the clip because it was funny how they were tiptoeing around the question. The reporter knew what was being asked. Trump knew what was being asked. But the reporter was trying to be coy. He didn't ask, do you know who QAnon is? He asked, do you know who Anonymous is? If Trump had said no, while referring to the person that wrote the article, the reporter could have ran a story headline, Trump debunks QAnon. If POTUS said yes, Trump knows identity of anonymous article writer. So POTUS was coy, right back to him. The man is a master salesman, a master negotiator. To be that, you have to always be present in the moment and be able to read between the lines. God bless our president.
Wow.
He is amazing.
I like that.
But you know what? I think he's been prepared for that question, right? I mean, a lot of people have been talking about, are they going to ever ask the question? Are they going to ask the question? So he's been prepared for it. And, he's always prepared. And he's always 5 steps ahead of these bozos. They can't keep up.
Let me go to 233 because you get a little bit better context of where the question came from. So let's go to a little bit before 233. Let's go right here and let's just listen. Ready?
Want to do something, and we'll see if we can make the right deal. We'll do it.
Mr. President, do you know who Anonymous is?
I don't want to say, but you'd be surprised. Would you be surprised? But I don't want to say.
Hey, can you talk a little bit more about some of the recent departures from the White House, including the Vindman tweets?
No,
You see that?
well,
So it came out of nowhere, guys. They ambushed him, right?
Did.
Okay. Hello. Anybody
Are you
here?
there?
I'm here.
Hey, bro.
We're
Look like
all
it.
here.
Okay.
I think it's out on us or something. I don't think it's there.
Yes, somebody's got to going on. I don't know if somebody dropped off, but anyways, also Shady. What about this? There are 4 prosecutors in the Stone case who resigned / stepped down. Right? Adam C. Jed. The doc has Aaron C. Jed in body section, Michael Mirando, Jonathan Kravis, Aaron J.S. Zielinski, Devin Nunez said on Lou Dobbs to pay attention to these clowns. By the way,
Yeah, the that might or it might not be 4 of the 13 angry Democrats.
yes, yeah, and I have a feeling. So this was in the Roger Stone case, right? So I have a feeling this is the same thing. That's why they remember just a couple days ago, the Flynn Judge Sullivan said, "Hey, we're gonna delay the sentencing until further notice," and it's delayed until quote unquote further notice. So
my opinion on what's going on here is that what we were talking about just a few minutes ago. What they were trying to do is they were trying to act like they were investigating in a way to make it where Shea and Barr would have to recuse themselves and not be able to look into any of this information. Whenever that didn't work, they disguised their resignation as protest because they were getting ready to let go if they didn't resign because of what they tried to recommend for Roger Stone. And we also have Bill Barr saying that we have to relook at these recommendations from the FBI because it seems a little bit of a stretch considering the guy is being accused of obstruction of Congress, which is absurd, and you're trying to give him 9 years. So all of a sudden they walked out. This is definitely Mueller team right walking away.
You guys, I just realized something interesting I want to point out real quick. All of the investigators that are put on the Flynn case, on the Stone case, on the Manafort case, look at the way, and I'm Jeff Sessions had to approve them, right? Look at how those are all of the bad guys. They put them all on those cases. Then they bring in Durham, all this whole new breed of
They don't
people
know.
on the Russiagate and on all the Spygate stuff, and it is a coup. The next, my prediction is the next group to put in their resignation is the Flynn group, because
Agree.
We exposed the
Agree.
Pietnik guy. We exposed the lawyers. Kiwi and Sue did a huge deep dig and brought me into it as well, and we found even more stuff. I think because, the digital soldiers, all of you guys figured out that Pienchek guy, or whatever, I can't say his name right, but Pienka, thank you, was helped our General Flynn, guys. I mean, I got under the Justice Department talking about Pienka and all that stuff, guys. You guys all did it because we're all spreading the news, getting under the powers that be so they can see it. That makes them look like fools when the public is out there going, dude, you should drop this case because it's completely illegal. It's violation of any, laws that, what do you call it? When you have invested interest. These people worked with Mueller. We showed that they worked with Mueller. This was a dig that we did, and the Anons jumped on board and found so much that they're going to have to drop this case, guys.
Right, and it's
Well,
all.
you're looking at I'm sorry. You're looking at the Twitter outrage right now. They say, why doesn't Mueller say anything? Why is he being silent? Why isn't he sticking up for his guy?
You can't say anything because what Mueller did, so now pull back a little bit and just look at it. What did Mueller do? Mueller set him up. He didn't do anything. He didn't know about what the Mueller report said whenever he was there testifying.
You could tell.
Right.
It was obvious, right?
Like, I've been in a cave for the last 2 years, and they were like presenting all this stuff, and he was trying to answer for it. But in all reality, they said, "Hey, you're a Marine. You're going to do this. You're going to set this up. You're going to put your biggest cronies on this stuff right here that they're trying to do, and then he doesn't even have to know anything else. That's it. You're out. Go. Goodbye. Now we have."
He didn't know what CrowdStrike was.
That's what I'm
it was laughable.
Yeah,
that
but-
whole hearing.
He can't know what it is. He probably didn't know what it was from before. The guy is a puppet. He's been completely controlled for years. Remember, Robert Mueller was the person who signed the authorization for the one airplane to fly out of America on 9/11. So,
Shady, that sure explains his defeated attitude at that questionnaire. When they were questioning him, he was defeated. He looked like done.
Yes, I think that was exactly what Q meant. Whenever we initially started decoding or reading Q, we were thinking, oh, it's indicating that Mueller's working for us, right? And then it kind of like, oh, it's played out this longer term. You're like, wow, this guy is a complete, whatever. And now we're seeing that it didn't have to be like sitting there taking notes on the people. What it had to be was making a move, which was to put the right people on the team that were to be observed every single thing they did. So whenever they do their cronyism best, we had our best guys watching every move they make, not only learning their moves, but recording it and collecting evidence.
4D chess, baby. 4D chess.
That's what it looks like.
Rudy was saying when he was trying to, help the president with all this going on as his lawyer, he said he could never get in to see Mueller. They always had him talk to somebody else or some underling. He couldn't get near him.
Probably because he never came to the office.
Right?
He clearly, when you just reflect back to him in the hearing that day, he had no idea what day it was, what time it was. It would look like, I felt badly for the guy. He looked like an Alzheimer's patient. He looked like he was totally checked out.
Yeah, he
Like,
did.
yeah. Did he get out of the house? Is he lost?
Yeah, exactly. Did his wife dress him that morning? It really looked bad. It was a bad look for the federal government that day. And we were all like, what the heck is going on around here? But I agree. He was completely, when Q was calling him a blockade, Matrixxx, you and I talked about this a bunch of times. I was like, that dude's a Marine. He is going to do what he's told. And I think that's exactly right. That's how it played out. He just was told to do this, and he just got out of the way. He didn't know what was going on. He had no idea what was going on.
That's right.
So it was Weissman. It was all Weissman. Sidney Powell's done a great job of explaining that.
It absolutely is all Weissman. This was Weissman's hit team, and this guy goes back to the mid '90s with Rosenstein and Comey and Mueller. Like this is round around the drain. These guys have been, and the plug's finally been pulled.
Yeah, they got the band together. Sorry, go ahead, JT.
No, just what better way to round like they did in Saudi Arabia? Round them all up in a room together, and let them totally destroy themselves.
Absolutely.
And I can't believe I'm having a explosion in my brain right now because of this. This is awesome. But they literally. Again, back to that point, it's all of them. Look at it. Stroke was in that team, and all of Lisa Page was in that team. They rounded.
She's crying all over Twitter.
And who's the highest one is Weissman, and that dude is gone. It's coming, baby. I can feel it.
So if you look at Lisa Page on Twitter, she's like saying, oh, all these guys that resigned. She says, thank you. You guys have been patriots. You'll be, this whole resist movement that was embedded in there. It's all coming to light. And now they're going to claim, like Comey did when he was busted. Well, we had to, what do? Do you do what's right? Or do you do what in your heart is right to stop this man? You know what I'm saying? This faux patriotism that they're claiming now.
Yeah, they all have it.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
They found their patriotism right at the same time they found their religion.
That's exactly right.
Patriotism that they're claiming now.
Yeah, they all.
That was weird.
That
What
was
was
weird.
that? What
That was
that?
weird. That was you guys.
Did
but-
anybody see Sean Davis's tweet of Lisa Page? He said, "Get a room," because
Oh
she
my gosh.
tweets out.
Yes.
She tweets out to Aaron. She tweets out to Aaron and Adam, Jonathan and Michael. "I'm sorry for the agony you're about to endure, and again for the pain and betrayal you will feel at the hands of your beloved department. Know that you are on the right side of history, and that we are so very proud of you for defending the rule of law." Sean Davis, get a room.
That's
There's
hilarious.
this other guy said, "What, did you sleep with them too?"
That was so good.
Shout out to Benjamin.
Oh my gosh. So guys, let's real quick. I wanted to go over this one too. This is 12/16/19. Same evidence to free Flynn currently being used to indict others. Grand jury. So we know now that that's Manafort and Stone, right? 302 modification, 1 count, who listened in 2 counts FISA, and Pietnik is the other guy, and Peter Strzok is the one that modified the 302. 6 counts, FBI agent 1, Pietnik, right? Flynn interview. If FISA warrant was illegal, if FISA warrant predicated on illegal, uncorroborated ... If FISA actors purposely withheld exculpatory evidence from the court ... Watch what happens next. Q.
Impeach the court.
Yep.
Yeah, this is big because we actually are seeing the information come out. I think it was X22. I saw yesterday. They were talking about the what was I gonna lost my train of thought there. But the FISA court judge. The FISA court judge now in that reality is being looked at very thoroughly, because what they did was, not only the initial authorization, but they had 3 more authorizations while the guy was president.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Withholding evidence, and it's going to be pretty obvious that the FISA judge to what you were withholding evidence from me, and start shaking and chewing his fingernails. I mean, they were all in this together.
Right.
What about Roberts? What about Roberts, you guys? I mean, Judge Roberts, he, remember the Rand Paul moment when he wouldn't ask the question, using Eric CIA Amarella's name out there. He wouldn't use it, and it wasn't even being asked in the context, is this guy the whistleblower? It was just a question. And Judge Roberts, and if nobody knew who the guy was, why would Robert? You know what I mean? Remember that whole thing? So is Roberts going to be impeached? Is he potentially on the chopping block?
He sure had a real solemn, humble look on his face when he shook the president's hand at the SOTU, and almost to the point where I feel bad for the guy if he was in on the coup, but he is ultimate. Yeah, he was definitely in on it. So I bet you they spare. I bet you he's one of the only ones they spare. That's my call.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Just a couple months ago.
I think he's switched sides. In other words,
is he like North Korea? Is he being freed since
North Korea? But we know that they've definitely got him pretty good, because they went after him hard with the Obamacare thing. So and we've seen with the Q post indicate that they were using the hammer on his him and whatever as well. So pretty sure he's compromised. Not sure if he got off the train before it went in the tunnel. That's kind of what we're all sitting here and we sort of watch. Some of these people got off the train before it went in the tunnel. We don't know which ones it is. We've seen all the different stuff going on behind the scenes. And
great point, man.
Yep.
GOP.
Do you see this?
Like Joe was saying, it's the GOP, just like it is the Democrat Party. These guys are colluding together in a big way.
Yes, we're going to get to those 3 new Q posts. Johnny H, stay tuned. We're just celebrating a little bit of birthday and had Joe Flynn in here today. So stay tuned, my brother. Also, I wanted to show you this. The Dem Party officially left the Dem Party. Here we go.
Socialist, as it calls himself, top of your ticket.
Let me just play it again. Socialism.
Socialist, as it calls himself, top of your ticket.
Primaries are primaries, and there are always lots of Sturm and Drang. You will see in a few months, Democrats will be strongly united together, and we will be focused like a laser on beating Donald Trump. The enthusiasm that you last saw in 2008 to elect Barack Obama, you will see among Democrats this summer and fall to get Donald Trump out of office.
And we in the House feel that we set a model for how to win elections by winning in the most gerrymandered, voter-suppressed political arena you could ever put together, net gain of 40 seats. So we think we are an engine that can help us win that election. Whoever.
Not a chance, guys.
Voter fraud.
Not a chance. Not a chance. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this. So the incumbent voting in New Hampshire, our president got 120,476 votes, guys. Barack Obama got 49,000. Bush got 53,000. Clinton got 76,797, Shady.
How much Trump get?
They said he got more than Reagan.
Yeah.
This is gonna be.
So New Hampshire will be live free and die or die. Thank God.
Hey, Ann. So when was the last time a Democrat won an election that didn't win either Iowa or New Hampshire?
Oh, you're gonna go there on me? I used to say I can't think of one, but is there a date, or is it a never?
Oh, it's a never happened. Like, so if the nominee doesn't win Iowa or New Hampshire, they've never won an election.
There you go.
Now we have Bernie winning both of them, and these guys standing out there like, oh, the Democrat Party's going to be united.
Yeah, right. Yeah, as if they try to take Bernie down now. They're in Bernie round 2. They're in Bernie takedown round 2. Poor old guy.
Yeah, and then they're going to vote for Trump again.
That's right. I actually wonder if there's going to be anybody left in the Democrat platform. Are they going to have to go with a write-in candidate? Because these people are dropping like flies. I mean, yesterday you had a bunch of them drop out again. One of them, whose name I forgot even existed, some guy from Colorado. I can't even think of his name right now. Michael Bennett, I think, or something. What? These people.
The website is going to have a foreclosed sign on the front.
It is. It's going to be foreclosed. I mean, they've been hijacked. The squad hijacked the party. Pelosi's gavel went out the window. They're all over the place. They're a mess. They're a total mess.
Absolutely. All right, so let's do this. Let's go over my birthday Q posts. I love it. I love when Q posts on my birthday. By the way, the Matrixxx post was a 2-year delta from today. Coincidence, The Matrixxx, a movie, used people to control their mind, right? The choice for you is to know is for you. That was when I was anonymous, and it was actually on my birthday. So I thought that was kind of a little shout out, but hey, I'm sure it's a coincidence. So let's go over 212. This will be my thread for all Q posts for Wednesday, February 12th, 2020. Non-standard definition. Think depopulation. Let's go. Thank you, Q. So here we go, Shady. Why don't you go ahead and take this one?
So this is a repost from the definition post that Q gave us for patriots and traitors. And Q says the lines are drawn, gives us a stringer code. Define renegade, Hussein, U.S. Secret Service code name, standard definition. Define evergreen, HRC, U.S. Secret Service code name, non-standard definition. Think depopulation. The silent war continues, Q.
Wow. And he posts here we go. Let's go ahead and so you can read that a little bit better. Repost from 2/21/18. Interesting.
2/21/18. Patriot 1. A person who loves, supports, and defends his or her country and its interests with devotion. 2. A person who regards himself or herself as a defender, especially of individual rights, against presumed interference by the federal government. Traitor 1. A person who betrays another, a cause, or any trust. 2. A person who commits treason by betraying his or her country. Q.
Boom.
This is the conversation we're going to be having. And you've noticed Matrixxx, we talked about it a little yesterday, the media, news stories, almost every one of them talk about QAnon people want people executed. It's in almost every article. And look at the narrative that they're driving. We're going to say this very clearly so you can explain this to people. Q people are not asking for people to be executed. Q people are asking for people to be held accountable for their provable actions, regardless of what they are. I don't care if you're a senator's son or if you are just getting out of the hood. We have to be even, to be just, and to be just, we have to be on the same page. and they are totally trying to make it seem like we are dying and thirsty for executions, when in essence, if you've committed treason, there is a penalty of execution.
There is a penalty.
If it can be proven in a court of law, in front of a jury of your peers, and or a military presentation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is a big red pill for people who are watching mainstream news about what it's all saying about what Q is, because man, Matrixxx, I've noticed in the last week hundreds of new people asking about Q. I mean, they're like they don't know anything about it. So we're breaking this threshold now, and these definitions we're getting ready to talk about. We know what renegade is. Whenever Q says evergreen, referencing HRC and the depopulation, Anons know the silent war continues is what they're spraying on us.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to get into that as well.
Yeah, there's my soapbox.
There it is. And we're going to get into
Patriots want justice.
You'll have
Patriots want justice. We're not bloodthirsty lunatics. We want justice.
Carly, they've told me you're a vampire many times.
Of course, I'm a vampire. Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying, it's out there.
By the way, real quick, let me see. Who was that had... Oh, As Your Sky, tell your husband happy birthday. He must be a really good dude. Same birthday. Shares the same birthday. Let me go ahead and read this post because it kind of goes into stuff that we're going to talk about in a second. This is Q Post 3857. Highly sophisticated state-level attacks on 8kun, guys. Followed by fake news attacks versus Q the next day. Coordinated. Ask yourself a simple question. Why? It's time to wake up, Q. Now, we've seen the attacks on 8kun. They were getting DDoS'd. It was kind of crazy. Then we went over yesterday. What did we go over yesterday, guys? The fake news attacks. The state level attacks means that DDoS was not just like 2 guys and 3 computers trying to, take down a site. This was a well orchestrated global attack on 8kun. Deep pockets were behind this, guys. Okay. Also, I was alerted by some people that they're going to go after Q people, myself included. So stay the course, guys. Because they're not creative, you're gonna see the same stupid attacks on me, the same stupid crap, the same Democrat playbook, but they look like patriots. So just discern for yourself, guys. That's all I want to just let you guys know. Okay.
A little bit to the attack on 8kun. I don't know if you saw this. I posted it on Twitter, but I was thinking maybe I should read this real quick, man.
Do it. Let me grab your Twitter.
Let me see. I'll drop you the link right here so you can just show it to them. But this was an interesting. I'm not sure who actually wrote this, but it does explain what happened over there. It wasn't just a normal attack.
No, this is deep pockets, guys. Here we go. I'm going right. I'm going to grab it. Shady, go ahead and
picture in that tweet.
There you go. Okay, here we go. The silent war continues.
Yeah, and so here it says, just FYI on the DDoS attack on 8kun experienced the other day. Spoke to Code Monkey briefly about this, and he said it was okay to share. Basically, the DDoS attack they received was the biggest he's ever seen. It took 8kun servers offline immediately. They then went to Vanwatech to help mitigate, and boom, Vanwatech goes offline. Vanwatech goes to their upstream provider, and it takes that out too. To quote Ron on the matter, it was attacking the physical hardware routers directly.
Wow.
So the attacker knew the exact physical layout of the entire operation up to the upstream of Vanwatech's upstream. Did you catch that? The attack was so sophisticated, they knew the physical layout of the hardware this service provider had at their property. So then Vanwatech's upstream provider went to their upstream provider, and they were finally able to mitigate the attack. Once again, to quote Ron, the attack today required many specialists and professional DDoS teams to fix. The kind of attack is, again, super sophisticated, incredibly expensive to pull off, and we're not talking about some retard paying for a DDoS on a deep dark net market with Monero. We're talking about state-level operators. Question becomes, who would have the resources and the motive to level such an attack? More importantly, what was Q posting that freaked them out so much that they made them decide to attack then or now? So It's not just, your regular, and websites get attacked every day. This is major stuff. They are coming with whatever kind of system that they have. It's full bore.
Right.
They want you to shut up.
Yeah. So if you know anything about the OSI level, guys, the 7 layers of the OSI, this is basically, I'm going to grab it over here right now so you guys can see. So it's at the router level, which would be the data link and network layer. So the physical layer is layer 1. That's your physical hardware. Then you've got your data link layer. Layer 2 and layer 3 is routing and switching, right? Transport layer 4, session layer 5, presentation layer 6. The application layer is the closest to the user. So they dug down all the way into a layer 1 and 2, guys.
Wow.
That is unbelievable on its face.
Right. So the network layer 3 provides switching and routing techniques, created logical paths known as the virtual circuits, right? So the data link layer is the OSI. That's layer 2. Data packets are encoded and decoded into bits. And this furnishes the transmission protocol. And the physical layer obviously conveys the bit stream, electrical impulse, light, or radio signal. I mean, they went all the way down to there. And that you have to avoid. There's protection, there's firewalls, there's intrusion detection systems.
Military.
That's like, you took the words out of my mouth, Carly. That's like a high-level, sophisticated military strike,
Yep.
intel strike.
It's clowns, guys. It's
clowns.
I'm convinced.
So who does the clowns control right now? We know who they control right now because we got North Korea out, Iran, and China.
Right.
That's right, Dave. Dave Labar got it.
this
And David
attack
Jones said it
came
could be
after-
MOS, guys. It could also be MOS.
But
That's the same thing.
This attack came
Right.
after the post about Pompeo saying that he
Yeah.
has China's list of the governors.
The one that went viral in your tweet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that
This is when it went crazy.
before that happened, right before this happened. Yes.
Yep. And by the way, real quick, Trixie for Trump, her husband's birthday is today too. He must be a great guy. So that's good. So let's get on to the next Q post here, guys. This is a very long one. Can you read that, Shady? Go ahead.
You can.
Look, I'm kidding. Can you read that?
I got it.
Well, I want to read part of it too. Let's split it up between all of us. What do you think?
Well, I can't see that.
All right. Can you see this? Let me get it bigger. And
Yes, that's much better. Thank you.
I'm going to highlight JT's portion, but here it is. This JT, you're going to start us off. Can you read it? Can you read that on the screen right there? Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
So Carly, can you
I don't
read that
have
on the
my-
screen?
Yes.
Okay. So Carly, you're going to
All right,
start off. This is Q post 212 at 12:04, 32 seconds. So this is the Great Awakening. Meme, interesting GA2.21.jpg. That's very interesting in and of itself. I think the Anons are digging on that. Go ahead and read that part, Shady, Carly.
All right. Well, this is a read drop. What happens when 90% of the media is controlled/owned by 6 corporations? What happens when those same corporations are operated and controlled by a political ideology? What happens when the news is no longer free from bias? What happens when the news is no longer reliable and independent? What happens when the news is no longer trustworthy? What happens when the news simply becomes an extension arm of a political party? Fact becomes fiction, fiction becomes fact. When does news become propaganda? Identity creation?
All right. And Ann, can you read it?
I can.
All right. Take it.
How does the average person who is under constant financial stress by design find time to research and discern fact versus fiction? Majority of people more prone to believe someone in power sitting behind a big brand of, quotes, news name. Do people human psyche tend to follow the majority mainstream viewpoint in fear of being isolated and or shunned? Mainstream is used for a reason. Dominate trend in opinion. If majority of people believe in X, then X must be validated or true. Why do mainstream media heads within different orgs always use the same keywords and or catchphrases? Coordinated? By who? Outside entity providing instructions? Do they count on the fact that people, human psyche, are more prone to believe something if heard over and over again by different trusted sources? Do echo chamber tactics provide validation, credibility to the topic point being discussed? Threat to intellectual freedom?
All right, Shady or JT, can you see now or yet or no?
Yep.
All right,
Yes,
go ahead and take it
can.
right there, my brother.
Oh, intellectual freedom. I'm sorry, I lost it. Oh, I just had it.
Would control
Give me 1
over.
second.
You got it. Thank you, Anna Lee. Much love to you.
What?
Go ahead.
Man, I'm sorry, guys. Hold on.
Would control over. Okay, I'll just take it. Ready? And then you take the next one. Ready? Would control over of these institutions, organizations allow for the mass control of populations viewpoint regarding a desired topic? Read again. Digest. I mean, so this is, Q wanted us to read all of that again. Coordinated by who? This is it. Do they count on the fact that human psyche are more prone to believe in something if heard over and over again by different trusted sources? Do echo chamber tactics provide validation, credibility to topic point being discussed? Threat to intellectual freedom. Would control over these organizations allow mass control of populations viewpoint during regarding a desired topic? Logical thinking. And go ahead, JT.
Please keep going.
Okay, why after the election of 2016 did D's and Media Corps jumpstart a coordinated and planned divisive blitz intended to create falsehoods regarding illegitimacy of election, character assassinations of POTUS through sexism, racism, and every other ism? Pre-post 2016 election, why were violent mass terror organizations such as Antifa immediately created and funded? Why were these organizations tasked with immediate intimidation, shutdown of any pro-POTUS rallies and or events?
Why were marches immediately organized to counter and silence pro-POTUS rallies and or events? Why were marches immediately organized which divided people into sex, gender, race, ism? When you control the levers of news dissemination, you control the narrative. Control of the narrative equals power. When you are blind, what do you see? They want you divided. Divided by religion, divided by sex, divided by political affiliation, divided by class. When you are divided and angry and controlled, you target those different from you, not those responsible.
Keep going, Shady.
Divided, you are weak.
Okay, go.
Divided, you pose no threat to their control. When non-dogmatic information becomes free and transparent, it becomes a threat to those who attempt to control the narrative and or stable livestock kept, sheep. When you are awake, you stand on the outside of the stable. Group think collective and have free thought.
Shady.
Free thought.
You're waiting for me?
Whoever, jump in.
Free thought. Go for it, all of us. Ready?
All right,
1,
free
2,
thought.
3.
Free thought
Free thought
is a
is a
philosophical view. Go ahead.
You guys are awesome. I love this. All right, let's do this. Wrap it up, JT. Go ahead.
Free thought is a philosophical viewpoint which holds that positions regarding truth should be formed on a basic of logic, reason, and empiricism, rather than authority, tradition, revelation, or dogma. This represents a clear and present danger to the constitutional republic of the United States of America. Q.
Boom. Again, this represents a clear and present danger to the constitutional republic of our country, guys. And that's amazing. And it kind of brings up to this one, Shady. Let me go down a little bit. Right here. Ready?
If he could arrest every journalist he didn't like, if he could arrest us tomorrow, let me ask you a question. Do you think he would arrest us tomorrow? Do you think he would arrest the editor of the New York Times, the editor of the Washington Post? Jeff Bezos? Do you think he'd arrest him tomorrow and throw him in jail to silence
felt
him?
like it.
Do you think because if you say he wouldn't, you're just lying to yourself. He will get away with whatever he can get away with. And he did this yesterday. Something extraordinary that hasn't been done in our lifetime. He did it because you Republican senators gave him a blank check. Congratulations, Susan Collins. Congratulations, Cory Gardner. Congratulations, Lindsey. Congratulations, Martha McSally. Congratulations, who's the guy in North Carolina with a 31% approval rating? Congratulations, Tommy boy. Good job, Tommy boy.
Let's give him a hand.
This is on your shoulders.
Let's give him a hand because this is from our president. It looks like they're panicking, doesn't it? This is a quote from President Donald J. Trump. The fake news media in our country is the real opposition party. It truly is the enemy of the people. We must bring honesty back to journalism and reporting. Boom.
So he's sitting there in front of his audience begging to not be held accountable for lying. Notice how he mentioned the editors specifically. Oh, what about the editor at the New York Times? Yep. Because those are the culprits.
Right. And those are set up by the Council on Foreign Relations. So went back in the day, Shady, we did this dig, right? So regarding to the Payseurs, the Council on Foreign Relations bought 25 newspapers because they knew that they could control the thought and discussion and opinion of the United States of America. And so, like, if Shady and I want to go ahead and release a patriotic article, our editor can say, not part of the communist plan. Not gonna publish it.
Yeah, think Good Morning Vietnam.
Right? And remember who Mika Brzezinski is, folks.
Yes, her dad Zbigniew. I think everybody out there pretty much has that red pill. It's like, my God, that lady. She has him on such a short leash. That puppet is, man, he's dancing today. Was that this morning or yesterday? That was this morning, right?
Yeah, it was this morning.
This is all they have left now. I mean, if they don't continue down this path, this narrative, I mean, they're already caught. We already know that everybody knows who these people are. They have no choice now but to continue and soldier on because the revenue stream demands, their financiers demand that they do. And they're so screwed right now that they have to continue to hope that the brainwashing coming from their end is going to work. And they haven't actually, they can't accept the fact that we are the news now, that there's more of us than there are of them, and there's more people cutting the cord. I don't even watch this crap anymore. Only time I ever see it is online. I don't have it on my televisions.
Well, we have to have something to make fun of.
So we're talking about the Great Awakening, right? So our Q dropped the Great Awakening today, right? Guess who feared the Great Awakening? Are you ready? Let's watch this.
Let me begin by making just a thumbnail definition of the geopolitical context in which we all find ourselves, including America. And in my perspective, that geopolitical context is very much defined by two new global realities. The first is that global political leadership, by which I mean the role of certain leading powers in the world, has now become much more diversified, unlike what it was until relatively recently. Relatively recently still, the world was dominated by the Atlantic world, as it had been for many centuries. It no longer is. Today, the rise of the Far East has created a new, but much more differentiated global leadership. One which in a nutshell involves, if one can hazard, an arbitrary list of the primary players in the world scene, the United States, clearly, maybe next to it, but maybe the European Union. I say maybe because it is not yet a political entity. Certainly, increasingly so, and visibly so, China, Russia, mainly in one respect only, because it is a nuclear power co-equal to the United States, but otherwise very deficient in all of the major indices of what constitutes global power. Behind Russia, perhaps individually, but to a much lesser extent, Germany, France, Great Britain, Japan, certainly, although it does not have a politically assertive posture, India is rising. And then in the background of that, we have the new entity of G20, a much more diversified global leadership.
This is not Soros. This is
lacking
Zbigniew
internal
Brzezinski,
with
Mika
many of its
Brzezinski's
members
father.
in bilateral antagonisms. That makes the context much more complicated. The other major change in international affairs is that for the first time in all of human history, mankind is politically awakened.
Boom.
That's a total new reality. Total new reality. It has not been so for most of human history until the last 100 years. And in the course of the last 100 years, the whole world has become politically awakened. And no matter where you go, politics is a matter of social engagement, and most people know what is generally going on in the world, and are consciously aware of global iniquities, inequalities, lack of respect, exploitation. Mankind is now politically awakened and stirring. The combination of the two, a diversified global leadership, politically awakened masses, makes a much more difficult context for any major power, including currently the leading world power, the United States.
Boom, folks. You guys got
They
that,
don't like
right?
it. That's fear. That is
You wanna
fear
hear
right there.
something?
That's her dad,
This
folks. Do you understand that? That's Mika's dad, okay? Just want to make sure everybody's absolutely clear about that. I know people were thinking that it was George Soros. I get that because he sounded just like a George Soros. But interesting. Carly, go ahead.
No, it just flashed on my screen because I multitask here. That doesn't mean I'm not paying attention. But they're re-releasing that Hunted movie that they didn't release because, they said it was portrayed to be MAGA people being hunted. And this kind of goes with what Q posts. They just put up what the president said about this movie in August of 2019. Liberal Hollywood is racist at the highest level and with great anger and hate. They like to call themselves elite, but they are not elite. In fact, it is often the people that they so strongly oppose that are actually the elite. The movie coming out is made in order to inflame and cause chaos. They create their own violence and they try to blame others. They are the true racists. They are very bad for our country.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's very
So
good. Well
this
said.
is all that's going on. They want us divided, and it's just, with what you posted today.
And this is what's doing it. And, this is the, do you think that they would arrest the editor? Do you think? So these reporters and networks have been named in the WikiLeaks to have colluded with the DNC or Hillary campaign during the 2016 election cycle.
That's a long list.
That's a long list, guys, isn't it?
Oh, wow. Dale King, look at that. Woohoo.
All of them.
Mika.
Look at them.
Haberman's on there.
Herman. Hi, Herman.
Herman was on there, right? The Bridge Podesta Group, bridge between media, FBI, DOJ, HRC Plus. Now, remember, who just tweeted about the Podesta Group and the Podestas? Huh?
President Trump.
Public charges? No. Why close? When did Huber start? November. JP, Huma, November. Sealed. John Podesta, Huma, November. Sealed. Do they know? They are part of the sealed indictments, folks. So yes, our president would arrest these people. I just want to point that out, guys.
And without any sweat.
Now think inner circle. Mika Brzezinski, background, family, careers. Who did we just show you, right?
We practiced firing people for like 13 years, so I would say that,
you fired.
The next step on the ladder.
Right? The media cleanse, folks. That's what's going to happen. Shady, I just wanted to point that out.
No, I think that was great. I'm glad you played that because people need to understand that, we have been fooled as a nation to think that these entities that are telling us the news are somehow different than the entities that are putting the garbage on TV and in movies. It's like it's the same garbage, it's the same people, it's the same control structure. And their main goal, you know what their goal is? You can see it clearly now. If you want to know what their goal is, go take yourself a little trip to San Francisco and go walk around the communities. Maybe take your car, park your car in San Francisco. Good luck with getting back to everything that you left in it, because what they're doing to our society is on full display just a few hours south of me right now. It's unbelievable, the destruction that you see in that city in the last 5-6 years. The first time I ever went to San Francisco was like 2014. And the difference between then and today is unbelievable what has happened. And now look at each district. Look at New York. Look at what the mayor's doing in New York. Look at what they're doing with this new thing that they were just the Freedom Act or whatever, the stupid thing that the Way Forward Act or whatever they're trying to push in Congress, with literally saying that criminals, anybody that's an illegal immigrant can't do anything wrong. Is literally what it says.
And we pay for their flight to come back. We pay for them to come back and live here.
Yes.
Insanity.
Shady. You know what I find really just absolutely fascinating when you just step back at the 100,000-foot level and look at Hollywood and you look at the global cabal. They have been telling us what they've been doing all along. All these Hollywood movies, they have been showing us what they've been doing with human trafficking and how they treat children. And drugs and weapons running, because you know what? They didn't have to come up with scripts. This is the stuff they were illegitimately doing, and they were doing it on full display and having Hollywood broadcast it to us to brainwash us to think that would never happen. That only happens in Hollywood movies. Well, Hollywood is not creative at all. They just took the playbook of the cabal in our government and put it out there on the silver screen to make us think that stuff only happens on the silver screen. And we're now realizing this. In fact, it's what they've been doing this whole time. And this is how they were psyoping us. Absolutely incredible.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what they were doing. They were being the dealers. You know, a lot of people want to talk about like, oh, well, this and that with whatever. It's like the CIA doesn't have any competition when it comes to drug running. You know,
no, they're it.
Hollywood is there to glamorize it and to suck you into that world. And 50 to 70% of the people that get sucked into that world, you don't see them again. They're gone. I mean, I can't count on my two hands friends from school that should be with me today, but have succumbed to addiction because of availability. And whenever you really look, it is not an inner city problem. It is a CIA drug running problem that's over the whole face of the planet. And whenever the kids see this stuff in movies and in games and on TV, the emulation factor. I mean, we emulated rock stars and cowboys when we were kids. Like, you know, the idea that you don't emulate what you do is absurd. And now the kids are, you know,
and you know, it's
so
they're gonna be like, oh, that's just in the movie, Shady. You're a conspiracy theorist. That's crazy.
Yeah, totally. You're right, dude. It's like they put it in the movies. They show it to you how the CIA has been funding themselves for the last 20, 30, 40 years between heroin and cocaine. It's like, man, you know, it's obvious. And, you know, this guy that we have, this wonderful man in office, who, you know, he wants to shut that down. You know that can't happen anymore. It's just not what America should be doing.
Go ahead and take over, Shay. Somebody's knocking at my door. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, and well, that would, to get back to what Ann was saying there a second ago, you know, they're telling you exactly what it is that they are doing to us, and then they use it as plausible deniability, right?
Exactly.
It's completely.
Well, that's like with this Hunted movie. You're going to tell me that this hasn't really been going on?
That's the exact replica of, you know, the structure, like Ann says, the spell that they're putting on us. They're going to show you.
Well, Jussie Smollett, right? He finally got indicted yesterday because they were trying to pull a psyop that, you know, MAGA country. Boy, I used that hashtag a lot yesterday. Welcome to MAGA country, Jussie. You're now indicted. Honestly, that's what they want us to believe. They want us to believe that we are the bunch of, you know, Nazi screaming, neocon, hate mongering people that are out to lynch, you know, people of color or anybody that isn't white. I mean, they're trying to paint us into the corner of being white supremacists. not the MAGA movement is anything but. It is the most colorful movement I've ever seen, with the most diverse group of people from around the world. MAGA isn't just here in the country, it's around the world. Q has shown that. I mean, this is what they can't stand, and they're so delusional. These people are so sick because they've had power for so long, they can't snap out of it. And to see Mika Brzezinski sit there and just browbeat her husband or whatever he is.
Hey, real quick, I have somebody in here real quick. I was asked to play this today. Let me just play this real quick, and I'll be right back. I got somebody testing my fire sprinklers. So everybody, we are going to be under major attack. They're going to intensify, and I got a request to play this, so prayers for everybody. Let's just take a moment. Watch this.
Plug into the power of Scripture. Be strong in the Lord and mighty in his power. Put on the full armor of God. So that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. Our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground. And after you have done everything to stand, stand firm then, with the belt of truth buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place, and with your feet fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. In addition to all this, take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. Take up the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. With all kinds of prayers and requests. With this in mind, be alert. And always keep on praying for all the Lord's people.
Love that. Love that. Thank you guys very much. I'm sorry, folks. I just had somebody come to my door. Welcome back to the Matrixxx Grooove Hour. Amen to that. And JT, Carly, and Shady. I'm sorry about that. I got people coming into my place right now, so that sucked. So
It's
my
your
bad.
birthday. You get a pass.
You say it's your birthday.
Happy
Right.
birthday to you.
And it sounded like you guys were in good conversation. I felt really bad, but just please continue. I just wanted to make sure I got that guy in the house and all that.
Oh, that was an awesome video. I love that video.
Yeah, I've played that many times. I love it as well. So real quick about the Evergreen. There's a couple of different theories going on right now. Shady, you might want to go into this a little bit as well, but there is an Evergreen company that's owned by the C_A that sprays chemtrails, Shady.
Yeah, this is an operation organization that's up in McMinnville, Oregon. We've known about this for a long time. I've actually known about this for decades now because they've been spraying this stuff since before 9/11. And this is one of the airports that fly these planes. They do fly out of South America as well as airports in Africa and Asia. So they are operational around the world. That this is the result of what you're seeing out of the airplanes is not contrails. When you see a contrail, it disappears very quickly behind the airplane, and the ones that stretch longer won't spread out if they're so the stuff that's sprayed on is spreading out and creating a mat in the atmosphere, and testing has produced stuff from barium to whatever, like this aluminum. There's like 6 or 8, I think it's BAAL, and there's like 4 or 5 other different ones, and also the Morgellons. If you've heard of
the Morgellons disease, right?
That's a fibrous.
Gotta love the BAAL in that.
Barium and aluminum, right?
Barium and aluminum. Oh my gosh.
But BAAL.
Spells Baal, the god of Baal.
Right. And also the barium, Harris Corporation here in Melbourne, Florida, has an X-band radar. And, when you go get, issues with, your internal system, they make you drink barium and it lights you up like a Christmas tree. Well, I think that they were using the barium in the skies to make sure if we hid, we were lit up like a Christmas tree, Shady.
Right.
Also, go ahead.
It's multifunctional, and what the end goal is, no one's really sure. We just know they're doing it.
Right. I want to show you this video that I did. I was Poison in the Sky, chemtrails. I did this 1/2/2011. I was actually sitting with my girlfriend at the time and talking to her about chemtrails, and lo and behold, I want to show you what I saw. Let's check this out.
Military or something going on, the government, the Air Force, they send out what's known as chaff, and it's a way to experiment with the radar systems. And when you see this kind of a pattern like this, you can rest assured there's something going on. They're actually little bitty magnetic and little bitty strips of, whether it's aluminum, they change it, but what happens is the radar deflects off of all these little pieces.
And the #1 reason you should visit New Zealand.
We have chemtrails too, just like America.
There is a growing citizens movement.
These are my pictures, guys.
An explanation of chemtrails.
And I talked to my NSA buddies at Fort Carson, Peterson Air Force Base, and Buckley, where I was actually their doctor taking care of the pilots flying and spraying the chemtrails. So I know it's real. If anybody says it's not real, they're full of it.
Too long beyond veils. Anyone can see error spray clear as day. What goes up must come down, serious say. It's falling down, it truly is. We taste and smell it. Trace elements collated, scientific debates develop. Base elements is evident. Aluminium oxide and barium prevalent. A million crops die. It dissolves in water, but dehydrates the rain. Wrecks immune systems, heart, lungs, and dilates the brain. Aluminium ingestion stands next beside ethylene dibromide, a banned pesticide. Other bizarre material analyzed the residue. Sticky microscopic polymer fibers and cyclic grooves. Highly toxic biohazard pathogens and funguses. Operation Cloverleaf, bad luck and wonderments. Asthma, allergies, pneumonia, and bronchitis. Now breathing is detrimental for long life bliss, cause they spray
Poison through the sky.
like masks and lies, canopies and grids with flight paths and lines. This crisscross won't make you jump, it'll make your lungs slump. Everyone's acting a little nutty tonight. They were sprayed in the day like it's something they like. I don't wanna be right, but they got Luca. My lungs froze up, I'm in a doped up stupor. I caught a thought, woke up. Pig shitty, now I see why they got us huddled up in big cities. Depopulation control, they had to make it sober, take it slow. 80% in case you didn't know. But I guess you would have never expected it. How often do you look up and think about anything connected? Your vision's limited, they're playing tic-tac-toe in the sky.
No markings on the plane. No commercial markings.
Ready to go like aerosolized Prozac. Mayday, mayday, they're kicking our ass like Pele. I don't give a what they say, cause they spray
poison through the sky to poison you and I. Poison through
It reminds me of a Scientology song. Boom. Look up, guys. Wake up. Yeah. And the Fed. I was into this a long time ago, folks. There you go. That's me a long time ago. I'm still on Live Leak. Right there. I've always used their symbols to mock them, folks. Boom. Shady, what do you think of that?
Really awesome to actually be having this conversation today, brother.
Yeah. And guys, again, I'm sorry to interrupt you guys again. I had people come in again. That's why it was a good time to play this. Shady, JT, Carly. I think Ann left. She said she might have had to go. Is Ann still here?
Yeah, guys, I was just waiting to get a break to sign off and say happy birthday one more time, Matrixxx. I love you. I love everybody here. You guys are awesome. And you always have the best crowd that comes into your show. Such awesome people.
We love you.
Tell us where you're
I
at
got to
next.
get ready for a live at 4 myself, so I will be jumping off, and Steel Truth will be live at 4. So I just happy birthday. Have a great rest of your week, everybody.
Thank you,
for
Ann.
the honor.
Much love.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Bye.
And JT, Carly, and Shady, what do you guys? And anything more on the chemtrails?
Yeah, that's blowing me away, guys. Because think about this. I remember the Corona satellite Q posts, and those were always in my brain. I'm like, what's going on? And I started thinking, well, at least imagine if HRC would have won. We got to keep the plan that they had is what Q knows about, the Q team knows about. So imagine if they would have won. We're seeing the coronavirus finally break out right now, but what if that actual plan was to spray that stuff all over here? And it definitely was. And I mean, it feels like it was, man. And I mean, I guess it's definitely, but
Q's pointing us to depopulation, because that was, it's just mathematics. You know that once there's so many people and you're so few that control them, you got to get rid of some of the people that are going to come after you. And notice the convenience of just a few weeks after we're seeing American flags being flown in cities inside of China, we have a massive outbreak. That's
exactly. No more Hong Kong protests now.
That's right. Nobody's even allowed to go outside now with all this. So what we're seeing.
Remember, the truth will scare 90% of people.
Oh yeah,
99%. It said
99% of people end up in the hospital.
Yep. Now
we'll see. There you go. The truth of. Oh my gosh, guys, this is. Huge.
Well, I also think that might be a good thing because I did that DNA thread. These chemtrails also alter your DNA, as do the vaccines, as do the food and the chemicals that they've been doing to us. The poisons to block our third eye so they can block the Great Awakening, which we're all feeling today and getting better and better every day. But I have a feeling that we're going to be able to get a session to restore our DNA the way God intended, because nothing is ever erased, as Q pointed out.
Well, ascension is what we're working on. Like their whole, everything is energy, everything is vibration, everything is frequency. All of your control systems operate in the low frequency realms, i.e. the fourth dimensional realms, just outside of 3D. What you're doing as anons and us and people coming together in unity and light is we're rising above that. You're actually moving your energy up. Once you've moved your energy up out of that dense fourth dimension, you all of a sudden your DNA starts to repair itself. It starts to actually mend itself. So the more of us that come online and get above the fray, the more connections, the more circuits get fixed, and then the energy starts to function, the vibration starts to rise. That's the reason your music is tuned to 440. It's the reason that they're spraying you. That's the reason that they have HARP. That's the reason for all of this destruction in cities around the world, is because they have to make you stay in depression and despair. If you get out of despair and if you get out of struggle, you're all of a sudden uncontrollable.
Yeah.
And America is very unique because we have more people that have been lifted out of despair than any other country in the history of mankind.
100%. And this is remember we did this, we excuse me, multiple meanings, right? Owls, right? All this. P, personal, we are with you, no one left behind, forgotten country, Jeremiah 29:11, happy hunting, all that, right? We earlier on, we were looking at it going, wow, well, there's DNA, there's 12 strands apparently, and 4 and 7 actually are have codes in it. Well, I also did this could be the 12 obviously Federal Reserve banks. It could also be the 12 internet servers, the IP serving servers, and this one 4 was in Maryland and 7 was in the DOJ, or the Department of Justice, right? But look at this is what the Right to Try Act, I think, is for, and let's just listen.
It's a verse from the book of Jeremiah that says, I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future.
Wasn't that a Q
post? It's a verse about faith. It's a verse about hope.
Hope and faith. That was a Q post, right?
Yep.
All right. And then the next day, this is what our president was holding up. Look at this. Look at that piece of paper, Shady. Look at it on the back. Interesting, right? Let's watch it real time.
Thank you. God bless you, everybody.
Oh, I can't play that music. Sorry, let me just go ahead. But there it is. See that, what he had in his hand? Look at that. Look at it on the back. He's showing it to you, kind of. Look at. See that? And then, we look at it and like, wow, it kind of looks like a DNA strand, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Interesting. Also, happy hunting. It was outdoor month that day, right? No one left behind. Stay together, be strong, right? Make noise. I don't know why that won't go away. There it is. Together, you're invincible. We are with you, right? So we're with you. No one left behind. We got that. And forgotten country. That is for love of God and country, right? We got that. Then we're looking at it closer. It's like, oh my gosh, hot term. These two, as the world turns. This is why we're here. This was just a quick dig that we did. 2 strands of DNA and 10 strands of junk DNA. Do you see that?
Wait, what were those weird numbers on today's Q post? Are they the same numbers?
No, they're different numbers. It's a stringer. It seems familiar. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those numbers are.
Yeah.
But you got to think, Carly, and for other people out there, when you see those numbers like that in Q posts, think of it as stringer codes or operational signals. So within the Q post, you're getting a message, others are getting a message. Not everything is for us.
Yeah.
Right. Demos is saying there's no junk DNA. I happen to agree with you, but these are the ones that they're manipulating, apparently.
And Felix out there makes a mention of 5G, and why does POTUS support the evil of 5G? And I understand your concern and everything that we've been shown and talked about with 5G, but think about this. Think about it in a little bit different of a term. What if 5G is weaponizable?
And what is Think Mirror G5, Shady?
So think about it. It's not necessarily the technology that is the danger. It's the nefarious use of the technology that is the. So, with what's going on with the wall is so much bigger than and 5G and satellite internet. There's like all kinds of stuff that's going on that Q has led us to believe that they completely understand and have some sort of operational solutions to present in the future organically through, whether it be innovation or creative people coming together.
Right. So 5G backwards, think mirror, is G5, and that's talk to Father, talk to Abba. Just so you know. All right. So it's interesting. Signals, right? So look at the seals, our wonderful creature. Hard, they work fast at capturing their prey. Prey. Silence is golden. Corona offline. Interesting, right? Games are fun. All again here. Seals, where there was once darkness, there is now light. Sea to shining sea, Godspeed. And they were talking about J seals, Jehovian seals, right? So then we go down here. These are the actual things that are ripping apart the DNA. Gold. They use gold to rip apart the DNA. See that? Interesting. So then we're looking at, oh my gosh.
What does it mean to be covered in gold?
Right. Modifying the DNA is relevant in cells. Yeah, what does it mean to be covered in gold, right? So that's kind of like some of the stuff that we have, the cures. That's why I think we have the cures. The Right to Try Act right here is the Right to Try Act pen, from the pen. This is a bunch of stuff. You know, this is chatter exploding. Change of narrative will be reported. Talking about sleeping pill reject or op mockingbird fail. Fake equals real, blind 2020 kill chain. Where we go one, we go all. DNA string and POTUS's speech. Very interesting, right? There's a gold seal on the president's book as well, and he showed it to you. Let me go back to that picture. See him showing you that book?
Yep.
And that's a 335 DNA possibly. So just interesting theory. We just put it out there just for, you know, making people think. Activation sessions activated. Maybe we have to have activation sessions in order to reinstate the DNA the way God intended. That's basically the whole theory about this whole thread right here, guys. Interesting.
Very, very, very interesting. And like I said, you know, we're all moving through this together.
That's right. We're all moving. We got 1202 watching right now. I'm showing 579 thumbs up. Thank you very much. If you make sure you hit a thumb up on the way out, I would really. 581. Thank you. I see you did it. I saw you do that. Let me guess who that was. That was Karen that did that. Karen, thank you for the thumb up. Am I right? Am I right? Let me know if I'm right. Damos, and by the way, I've been talking to Damos over there in the Q Army Plus chat server. Wow, very amazing. You can just go ahead and hide, Sidonian if you want. The attacks are going to continue. We are, we're Teflon, guys, because you're standing in the truth. You're standing in the truth. Shady, Carly, JT. Let's do final thoughts. Lorna Sue, thank you. Oh, and by the way, I want to give a special shout out to Shadow Recon. The Bible talks about 12 tribes too. Absolutely happy birthday. God bless you, my brother. Thank you for all your support. And let's do final thoughts with you guys. Unless, wait, didn't we have something funny from Carly? I retweeted it and I wanted to include it in the show. I think it was the Bill Clinton talking to, what's his nut?
Oh, if you want to go to the one that Joe Flynn was talking about.
Okay, how do I do that? I mean,
Go to my Twitter.
And scroll like 5,000 feet down?
I had no idea she tweets right now.
Oh my God, she probably tweeted about 50 times while we're on here.
I retweeted it, so it would be towards the beginning.
Go retweet it right now so we can get it. It's at the top.
No, wait, I don't know how to get out of here to do that. Here, just go down. It says CNN. You'll see it.
Oh, it's so funny.
Down we go.
Down into the Carly hole, rabbit hole we
There
go.
it is, there it is, there it is.
Where?
You just passed it.
Okay, this one?
There it is, that
All
guy, right? Yeah, that's the one, the Flynn, it went viral for the Flynn family.
All right, let me retweet it too so people can find it. Here we go.
He's laughing already.
Oh, it's got music. There now. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my God. That. Oh
I said this is behind the scenes of CNN.
That is.
No, that's why I missed what we're saying.
I love Carly's laugh. We missed your laugh. Oh my God.
Love that.
Jeff Flynn said, "Oh my God." He goes, "Now that's funny."
That is funny. That is hilarious. Oh my God. All right, guys.
Carly, we got to hear you sing "Happy Birthday" to Matrixxx.
You got your guitar? You got your shovel guitar? Go Go ahead. Carly, go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha. Happy birthday, dear Matrix. Happy birthday to you.
Oh.
And many more.
Oh, I love it, Carly. Love, love, love it. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Carly. I love you so much.
Oh, I love you. You're the best.
We haven't played that yet today, have we? No, wait. What'd you say, Shady?
No! No!
Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. Let's listen to this. This is hilarious. Ready? This is Obama and Trump. This is here. Ready? Let's listen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This place is looking pretty damn sweet.
It's okay. It's okay. You know, you look at this place, it's probably not the nicest place, and I know some of the nicest places. You see some of these places that I know, and they're crazy. They're crazy. People say, Donald, there's no way, but you look at some of these places.
Wait a minute. Looks like the folks before us left us a frisbee to play with. Donald, you want to play frisbee?
Wait. Excuse me.
Whoa, what's going on?
Hold on. This frisbee was made in China, and we're not going to play a game that was made in China.
Donald, don't be weird. All right? It's fine.
Why don't we get to play the games that I like?
Like what?
Like the game Who Built This Wall?
No, Donald, because that game is stupid, and we can't know who even did it.
Mexico.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. So just a little humor on the way out. I think I got one right here from you that I retweeted that's not like 50,000 feet down. Let me see. Oh yeah, this is what they said. Let's listen to this because it's important. Here we go.
Oh, I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
You seem from your tweet saying that you were upset about the Roger Stone sentencing.
Yeah, I thought it was ridiculous. No, I didn't speak to the judge. I'd be able to do it if I wanted. I have the absolute right to do it. I stay out of things to a degree that people wouldn't believe, but I didn't speak to him. I thought the recommendation was ridiculous. I thought the whole prosecution was ridiculous. And I look at others that haven't been prosecuted, or I don't know where it is now. But when you see that, I thought it was an insult to our country, and it shouldn't happen. And we'll see what goes on there. But that was a horrible aberration. These are I guess the same Mueller people that put everybody through hell, and I think it's a disgrace. No, I have not been involved with it at all. I don't want to talk about
It's a disgrace.
I think it was a disgraceful recommendation. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. What they've done to General Flynn, what they've done to others, and then the really guilty ones, people that have committed major crimes are getting away with it. I think it's a disgrace. See what happens. Go ahead, John.
Wow. And we just had Joe Flynn on the show today. What an honor. JT.
Yes, I would just like to say how much I love you, brother. And didn't have my glasses on the Q segment, and I'm sorry for screwing that up on your birthday.
All good, brother. All good.
I will correct it. I will correct it.
I'm gonna hear it later.
No. But yeah, I have a feeling. But no, seriously, man, you know, we've been through so much together the last 2 years, and you know, or at least a year and a half that we've just, man, really become brothers. And I don't know what life would be without you, and I know that all these listeners out here, and I don't think they would. You're just a very special man, and we want to keep you here for as long as we can. We got a lot of great work to do, and I hope to be right by your side the entire time, my friend. God bless you, and happy birthday.
God bless you, JT. Means a lot. And remember, it's the JT Wild on Twitter. Don't forget to get over to jtwild.com and support him. Amazing website. Please go buy his songs. Go buy his album. He did this for you out of his own pocket, folks. We need to support JT Wild. JT, thank you very much.
Whoa, I just hit I'm at 13K. Okay.
13 9 69 12. Yeah, you're at 12 9 69. Let's get over there. Follow JT. I'm gonna drop that in there right now. And Carly, we got final from you. I know it's been an interesting day. We had a special guest, Joe Flynn, on today. That actually made my birthday right there, along with you, JT, and of course my partner in justice, Shady.
And Q posts.
And Q posts, right? And these beautiful Anons
It's
right
like-
out here in YouTube land. Love you guys.
And President Trump.
Q plus. All right, final thoughts. Anybody? JT? I mean, you already got. We
Happy
got JT.
birthday. Love you.
Love you, Carly. Thank you. And how about my partner in justice, Shady Groove?
Well, I would like to just real quick say for everyone out there who's come to this channel, who has found us, we have found our tribe. We are in this together. Misfit Island is going mainstream, and you guys are all. And whenever we say all, we mean all. Matrixxx, thank you so much for being a voice of reason and a voice of truth and a voice of leadership for everyone in this movement, for all your tireless effort and for giving up a couple of hours on your birthday to come in here and do the show with us, to have Joe on and to bring us together again. You know, unity is what Q asks us to do. And if we do it right, they can't beat us. There's no way they can beat us. And what you're seeing right now, I think, is the last flailings of an old guard, man. And we've all taken our stand against that, and America still breathes again tomorrow because of all of us today. And the message from coast to coast around the world is freedom belongs to you if you're willing to stand up for it. And all of us standing up together, there's no way that they can take us out. Very happy birthday with you. Thanks for joining us, JT, Carly, and Joe Flynn. What an amazing group of patriots we found here. What an amazing adventure we are all on together. And I cannot wait to see what it looks like 10 years from now, whenever we're sitting there looking back saying, wow, where were we then? Look where we are now. Let's take a moment to think about that, to think about a time capsule of reality and in spans of decades, and how we progress and what we're really doing and what we're going to implement in the future to make sure that not only does this not happen to another president, but that it doesn't happen to our country again, that they're not able to take our wealth again, that our future generations succeed better than we did. And that's our ultimate goal here. And so thank you, Matrixxx, so much for being with us and for helping everyone understand what Q is and for keeping this movement going, brother.
Thank you guys very much, and we love you very much as well. And I'm probably going to get a copyright strike on this again, JT. But let's get out of here with some really good JT Wild music. You know, we got two awesome artists here right now, but this is JT Wild, Digital Soldiers.
This was irregular warfare at its finest. We have an army of digital soldiers.
And blood, praying for an answer to the Lord up above. How can just one man be the shelter from the storm, knowing that the real war has only just begun? The storm is getting closer. We are the digital soldiers. It's time they run for cover. We are the digital soldiers. Will be redeemed. The sacrifice they make won't be in vain. The fight for freedom is all that remains. And to tell the people digital soldiers. Needless wars are
Sing it.
over.
Sing it,
We
Annalise.
are the digital soldiers. The storm is getting closer. We are the
Who are we,
digital
guys?
soldiers. We are the digital soldiers. We are the digital soldiers. We will bring the fight. Digital soldiers. Yes, we will bring the light to this field of fight. We are the digital soldiers.
That is our JT Wild getting in his car. He's going to ride us on out of here. JT Wild with Digital Soldiers. Thank you guys very, very much. I love you so much. We're going to get
Love
out
you,
of
brother.
We're going to get out of here today. Shady, you got anything else, or are you good? Are we out? We out. All right, so we out. Carly, love you. Let's take it out with this.
We have an army.
Much love, everybody. Get over to intheMatrixx with 3x's.com. Post some of this stuff on Chans, guys. Let's get the Chans back. Get on the Chans. 8kun. Come on, you guys know, right? Get over there. Much love to you guys. We'll see you soon. Remember, we're going to be attacked. Attacks are intensifying. We will win. Stay the course, Patriots, Anons. Much love, and thank you for all the birthday wishes. I love you. And we're out, guys. Peace. Thank you, VV, for doing that video. Much, much love.